getting ready to do my voiceover for the second part of my chicken recipes series thingy. We did the Hainanese chicken, and then we take the leftover chicken and the leftover rice and we make Thai fried rice. I can't stress the importance. One thing I want to note beforehand, I can't stress the importance enough. If you have an Oriental grocer's near you where you have access to fresh ingredients, please take yourself to that grocer's and ask for and locate Thai sweet basil. It is the most beautiful herb I have ever tasted in my life, and it makes the dish not just really good but fabulous. It has a wonderful aroma, a bouquet that you can smell. It's floral almost. Its flavor is indescribable, and it is just the queen of herbs to me. I'll be using regular basil. That's why the sad face in the intro. Not feeling too good today, so no fancy makeup. But I drew on some brows so I wouldn't traumatize you. Well, let's get started. Here we are. I'm showing you the ingredients for our fried rice. That's my leftover cooked rice. You should have some too if you made the Hainanese chicken. A medium-sized yellow onion. The pathetic store-bought regular Italian sweet basil. Some scallions chopped that I had left over from the other night. 2 lapchong sausages. And inside here, we have the leftover mostly dark meat that we saved from the chicken that we cooked. There, believe it or not, kale. Kale is a very good for you vegetable and it's tasty in this rice. That's Japmanis, K-E-C-A-P-M-A-N-I-S. That's my squid sauce, the fish sauce I use for everything. There's hot chili oil, Lao Gan Ma. If you want details about it, ask me in the comment section. My Himalayan pink salt, garlic granules. You could use fresh garlic, but in this case I'm choosing them. My good old cheap vegetable oil. Here I am slicing up the chicken, and I'm having it because I'm doing this recipe in 2 portions. Well, 2s and 2s. 2 servings for us and 2 servings for the kids. This makes for an easier time for you. I'm cutting up an onion too. I'm splitting that in half, split everything down the middle, and then do 2 servings at a time. Your fried rice is much easier to do that way. 1 lapchong a serving, sliced thinly. Now I'm washing my kale, and I'm showing you that we have taken that rice, split it into 2, and you've broken it up with your hands. And that's about a tablespoon of vegetable oil in there, or maybe it was 2. Yes, 1, 2. Not the F off or piss off or whatever it was that I mistakenly did there. I'm still Southern. I can't get the English thing even after 13 damn years. Okay, here goes my lapchong, my onion, 1 lapchong sliced thinly, half an onion, and half of the scallions that we had left over into the rice, which should be, rice? Oil. Sorry. This should be sizzling like I told you before. You know how you can tell if you drop a drop of water in and it spits at you or it fizzles, that means that oil's ready to go. I'm going to brown the lapchong, and I'm going to soften and saute the onion and the scallions for probably about 3 to 5 minutes maybe. Now you're going to add your kale. It's going to have droplets of water on it from where you washed it off. Don't worry about that. If you hear it crackling, that's just the water in the kale crackling in the hot, steamy oil. Mix that around real good. Look at how it's wilting. You see how the kale begins to wilt? Well, mix it all up with the oil and the lapchong and the onion And then I'm taking a big old cutting board here, right? And I'm putting it over the top only for a minute or two, because this kind of helps steam the kale. I don't want crunchy kale. I don't care about health food fanatics saying we should eat raw kale and crap like that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go out and start eating leaves off the tree or bark. I want my damn vegetables cooked. So yeah, kale's delicious. And you want your kale to start looking almost a bit singed or scorched, because you got this going on a medium highish heat here. And if your kale starts looking a bit brown, good. That's the sugars in it caramelizing. Yum. All right, now this half chicken that we had left over that you've chopped up into little bits, little pieces, put that in to warm it through and mix it all up with everything else, so that you're reheating it and getting the cool off of it from the fridge, and you're marrying it with all the rest of the flavors. Look at me. In the fucking zone. Now, my rice is going in, and Paul was kind enough to break the rice apart with his hands. And this rice has been pre-cooked in our stock, if you remember, for our Hainanese chicken, and then it was broken apart a bit with a spoon by me, put in the fridge when it came to room temp, and then brought back out. You cannot use freshly cooked rice for fried rice. Don't try it. That's a generous serving of garlic granules going on the top of the rice. Everything is still sizzling underneath. Don't worry about it. If it burns a little bit, it ain't gonna kill us. That's ketchup mayonnaise. You need that in your life. It's freaking delicious. It tastes a bit like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like molasses. A heaping tablespoon of Laogan chili oil. You'll be all right with it if you can handle mild to medium spice. It's not that spicy. It's crispy chili oil, and I live for that stuff. I put it in everything. And be generous with the squid sauce, the fish sauce. Put it all over. And here goes my poor little Italian sweet basil leaves. I'm kind of breaking up the big bits. And remember, this is 2 portions, 2 servings in here. I will wipe that out with a damp paper towel when I'm done and start everything over again, just like you saw me do it here. Now, this is the fun part. Paul usually comes to hold the pan for me because this takes a bit of elbow grease. You're going to want to break up any lumps of rice that you see. You're going to want to make sure each grain of rice is covered in the sauces and is glistening from them. And you're just going to want to make sure that the dish is all a uniform color and there's no lumps of rice and no white rice in there, because that doesn't look nice and it doesn't really taste all that special either. It took me a long time to figure out this particular combination, even though these ingredients are simple, that I've figured out for the Thai fried rice. And I cannot stress to you the importance of, at that moment, the basil, putting Thai sweet basil in. If you can get a hold of it, it is worth driving all the way across town for. Trust me, it is gold. It is worth its weight in gold, and I adore it. But I cannot get a hold of it here in Whitby, and apparently they don't have it at the place where Deb so kindly took me. Now here's me using my Quickly Pickly. If you want me to show you how to make my quick pickle, please let me know in the comment section. I love to drizzle the spicy, salty, sweet vinegar liquid that forms in it. And I have cucumbers and onions in there. And that takes me like all of an hour to make, like 5 minutes to chop everything up and put the sauces in, and then an hour to chill in the fridge. And I love you. Always. Remember that. See you on the flip side, folks.